Hey, welcome to ILTG, where we give you the info, discuss it, and you do what you want with it. Today, we're going to be discussing the 92% that voted for Kamala Harris and how every other racial group, and let's not leave out the blacks, men who was, I think it was 82% that was up there, 82%, I believe.
About 82%, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we were the only ones that was above 75%. Every other group was confused. But we're just going. Let's just play the video. I just want to play the video and let her tell it.
Can you sit there when everything is going to shit? Just like this. They want to give police full immunity. Oh my God, yeah, we heard. It's crazy. And you should care because they're going to come for all of us. Oh, really? The police are going to come for us? You mean the same police force that was basically founded to catch runaway slaves? And they haven't stopped. They just found a different way. The same police force that's been after us? It's scary, man. You're gonna find out. Oh, well, now they're rounding up and targeting people that they think are illegal immigrants. So you should care, and you should get out there, and you should protest, because you'll be next. I just told homie over there that they've been after us. Also, I'm gonna try and put this delicately. We don't exactly look like what a lot of them think that illegal immigrants look like. Well, they're coming after Latinos, and some of you are also Latino. So now, we're one of you. With the I know Black Poppy out of fashion? Okay. A bunch of you wanted this. Not our fault that a bunch of y'all thought that you were one shitty boat purchase away from being considered Caucasian. A newsflash, they can still see what you look like. So Godspeed, Spider-Man. This will make you get off your ass. We are thinking about pardoning Derek Chauvin. You know, the cop that murked George Floyd. Yeah, doesn't that make you angry? Kind of makes you want to get up and protest. Definitely on the front line. Yeah, y'all learn some other shit for real. Very fucked up of you. You know what I really
Yeah.
like? I love when my Chardonnay is like really buttery, you know?
This video hit. She did everything perfectly of what I've been seeing on social media, on my timeline, at work, at the grocery store, on the airplane, everywhere. It's like they want black people to be literally. They want us to be the human shield because don't nothing really move unless black people do it. We know that
Um,
nothing really moves. I'm
yeah,
telling you, as soon as we protest, guess what? You're going to see all
uh,
the
people getting
National
shot.
Guard, everything.
Yeah, all of that. I say we just, relax for the next 4 years. Figure out ways to be able to work for yourself and command a strong, more than living wage, or income, and work on maybe a way to go live elsewhere, especially while this is going on in a more peaceful environment. Since
Brazil.
well, or even the Grand Cayman Islands,
Yeah.
uh, Bermuda, um,
You know what? Japan's peaceful.
Japan. Japan is very
Very
peaceful.
peaceful.
I love a lot of things about Japan. I love their religious practice, Buddhism. It's very peaceful. It's focuses on being a good person and believing in karma, and you know really doing unto others as you would have others do unto you.
Mhm.
So
And
um, they're the to me they're one of the model civilizations of the world.
oh yeah,
Actually, the
very
Japanese,
clean, very well put together.
very very
Even when they came
polite.
here, very nice,
Yeah,
very nice.
extremely, extremely.
Like they were did I think out of them, between them, the Vietnamese and people from Thailand, and I'll
Hmm.
say what was it, Malaysia and some Singapore and the Philippines. I actually like those are some pretty cool Asians. Those areas right there are pretty cool. I think the ones that I always have the issues with and I see other blacks have the issues with is the Koreans and the Chinese. Not sure what that's about, but they can't stand us and we can't stand them. And I hate to say it that way, but it's that attitude. Like we didn't. First of all, blacks didn't really do nothing to them for them not to like us. And y'all move into the neighborhood. Y'all follow us around the store. Even the girl like in 90, I think it was 92 or 92, they got shot in the back of the head over that milk thing that was all on the news. And it's just like we are always the target. And then the thing is, they keep saying like you'll be next. Like she put this in the video, you'll be next. And I'm like, we're always the number one target. I have yet to see when you hear any president, if you go through history and read any war, these white folks ain't scared of none of these other races. The only one they be concerned about is the black people. That's why you ain't seen no National Guard, nothing. You ain't, oh, where there's violent. You ain't heard nothing since black people said, you know what? The protest was supposed to be November 5th.
I think that,
That was the protest.
with with some Chinese, because it's definitely not all of them. There's some very good Chinese people out there. They're just going off of what they've been told as far as, the media about black
Oh,
people,
absolutely.
and, and what they're, they probably make, the ones that are well to do that come over here, they probably make friends with certain people that may have said some off-color things about black people or warned them about them, and they're just taking heed as to what they've been told, so they don't, and they're observing us from a third part, a outside looking in, so to speak.
But
So,
they should, but I also think that they should also like it's just like when somebody's at work, you hear somebody talking bad about somebody at work, you need
mhm.
to do the work. You need to be like, okay, this is what I heard, but I'm gonna still make my own judgment. And people, it's like, and they don't do that. I see a lot of them that don't.
Yeah, a lot don't. Some do. Um,
Some do, but not majority of them.
and frankly, I really don't care what people's judgments or assumptions may be about me because I'm black. I know who I am, and the people that know me know who I am. And the people that have good discernment know, can assume who I am. And
So
you know what I mean? So,
yeah, so what
um,
do you think about the Latins? Because they were a big one. They're Dominicans, me no black, me Dominican. A lot of Latins, advanced race. Even my cousin, who is a mixed Latin, a lot of them actually. That they, I claim my Latin thing. I only date light skin. I be sitting there looking at them like, really? I said, they are really like that, and I
some,
like
yeah.
when I go like I like the Colombians I got along with just fine. Brazilians they're more Portuguese, but I got actually they are my absolute favorite on the planet. Um,
Mhm.
I actually got along with the Venezuelans. I actually get along with some of the Cubans. I think I don't know maybe it's based off like looks because you know how some people if you look good they're more comfortable with you versus if you look kind of like raggedy they
That's a
kind of
natural. That's a
dismiss you.
natural human thing. I say beauty privilege transcends racial privilege.
It does. Beauty does. But I do see them do that a lot. Oh, I don't want them dating nobody black or whatever. And I will sit there and I'll be like, really? I said, y'all move into the black neighborhoods where, like I said before, if it wasn't for the civil rights in 1964, you wouldn't be here. You would
That's true.
you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be able to get your visas and passports and immigration status and things of that nature. And I said, now it's kind of too late. You had that. I wish I had that video of that Donald Trump song with the Venezuelans. They were singing. It was like, vote Donald Trump.
Uh,
Now,
yeah,
they put Godfrey and another station, they play it all the time. And I be cracking up, but it's the truth. I'm like, you guys voted for your own oppression. You know, I mean, the writing, how the writing is on the wall. You have the kids outside singing it. You have people,
but the writing may be on the wall, but the people can't read.
they can't, well, that's what I said. The kids were singing it. They playing hopscotch and double dutch. They playing games with it, and you don't see nothing.
And that's a metaphor.
Yeah.
That's a metaphor too. The writing is on the wall, but the people can't read. Um, because a lot of people can read and still didn't get the message. So,
And it's
that's
unfortunate
unfortunate
because
for them. That's unfortunate for them. Me and my people are going to be fine. I don't work for anyone. A lot of people that I know don't work for anyone and have clients and customers all around the world, as do you. So, that's what I think that people, especially people that have been oppressed in this country for a very, very, very long time or come from people that have been. should start thinking about is creating or harnessing a creative way that you can make money for yourself
Hmm. Absolutely. And
without a boss.
you know what? Let's go to the comments. Choice McCoy. Um, I think might sound like something that's like we called not. I think they're trying to be funny. My poll is finally complete. I'm just waiting the 30-day curing period. Can't wait to start working on my summer body. And then
Wait, what's that? Wait, that's in regards to what?
yes, it's pretty much saying they don't really care about uh
Oh,
any
oh,
of that
gotcha.
drama. That doesn't because that a lot of people will put that in the comments to be sarcastic. They're being sarcastic. You're going to see a lot of these comments as future episodes because people, oh, why aren't you protesting? They're like, you know what? We drinking wine and sitting here chilling. How was your day?
Right, I get it.
Literally. But nobody's being bothered by this no more. The
Yeah,
time to act was November 5th. Y'all, that's not what y'all wanted. Y'all wanted to eliminate stuff. Y'all thought it was very anti-black and everything, and y'all forgot y'all were on the docket, not us. We're always the number one target because I've never met any white person that was scared of Asian or a Latin. Now, some Latins they are, but for the most part, they're not scared of, the Maria, the housekeeper. They're not scared of her. They're not scared of. And now they were scared of Muslims before, and that's why it's like been this big push to get them out of here, as you kind of seen in the news lately. But you don't see a lot of them scared. Even at work, I hear this from some bosses. They're like, "Oh, the Asians are so docile. They don't argue. They don't talk back." So it's like the only ones they say that stand up for themselves are the black people. And so that's why you don't see, like, I'll tell you, as soon as black people get involved, that's when you're gonna see all the National Guard and everybody there. Your boy DJ Dom said most of us, the 92% and 78%, are so unbothered, and I love it. You earn,
78. No, it's more like 80. It was 80 something percent.
yeah, it was 80 something, but people the numbers it's gonna be a few numbers up and down. Candy Cane. I almost got the one line dance down. I need some help. Oh, and thoughts and prayers to those people. Anywho, okay, so it's 2 or 3 times to the right. C Mickey said, "You honey, you nailed this." I mean, this was a good video. Miss Lotus, I'm starting my first garden. Like that.
Yeah.
A night to old dad, I believe that's what it says. My puppy is finally taken to going out on walks. Been a struggle, but he's starting to love it. So let's move on to the next part of this video. Oh, so this was good. So this rolls into this. So this was a Latin girl who was in the store, and as I've been learning Spanish, I've been, when I have other black friends that's like with me, I've heard them say some very mean things and not thinking that nobody in there speaks Spanish.
Hmm.
And and it's just nasty work. I'm just like, you cannot come over here off the blacks of black people and not like us. That's just that don't make any damn sense. I mean, even Celia Cruz, the queen of, I believe she's the queen of salsa, black. I said, I mean, she changed the game. I said, black is embedded in y'all, but everybody want to be white. I said, yeah, like there was this white boss I knew, and he was pretty much, you know what? We're going to go to the video and then we're going to talk about this one because it was a very good story that I want to tell regarding, this anti-black for people that don't want to be around black people.
Uh, your word of advice. Man, you got to watch what you say when you say it. Because this is what I'm saying. Because you don't know who speaks Spanish. Yo soy cubano, ¿me entiendes? Pero yo soy cubano. Y cuando hablo de la gente negra, tú hablas de mí también.
I was just saying.
Okay, but I'm just saying, you need to watch what you say.
I was just saying.
Okay, I'm just letting you know, though. When you talk about people, especially black people, man, watch what you're saying. I ain't recording you. I'm recording myself. I'm recording you now. I'm recording you now. I'm recording you now. So, you know what? That's what I'm saying. They be talking that shit Spanish, thinking people don't understand their ass. Yo soy cubano. Cuando hablan de mierda de negro, tú hablas de mí también. So when you talk about black folks in Spanish, a black don't understand what the fuck you're saying. No, y'all talking that nigga shit Spanish.
this video went viral because he did a part two, and he also got interviewed by the news. Um, we'll probably play it on like a future episode, but he got interviewed by the news, and they were asking him about like what happened. And he said that, she was sitting there saying that black people, I guess it was some shoes or something, and she was like, oh, because the black people always steal it. That be the problem. Is so much anti-blackness, and
Was
like,
he a patron of? Did she have a? Was that her store or something?
yeah, I think it was a Dollar General.
And that was that. And they also they owned the store, or they were just manning the store, like
She's just a
hired
she's just a
there.
worker. It don't matter. She's just a worker.
Right. Okay.
She shouldn't
Well,
have said it in the first place. Man in the store, own the store, it don't matter.
right. No, I was
Be
just painting.
careful
I
what
was
you
just
say.
painting. Right. I was just painting the picture. Yeah, I think that's very cowardice. I mean, obviously, to say something under your breath. Well, not under your breath, but in a different language, just like
Hmm.
to about someone. Um,
Because she wouldn't like nobody saying it's her.
yeah, it's not professional, and she's representing the company by saying things like that, and they probably should, let her go.
Oh yeah, maybe she need to go find her own place where she want people that she feels comfortable with shopping at her store, and you go be racist, do what you want, especially with DEI and all that stuff being removed anyways. Go find your own place, your own company, and you can do whatever you
Yeah.
want. But
Good
yeah,
luck with that. I mean, because black people spend a lot of money. So,
oh, but she don't want our money.
oh
The
well,
way she was talking, she
good
don't
luck with
want
that.
our money. She was quick to, it's just one of those things like I remember when I was working for this company and this Latin dude, he was so busy trying to distance himself from his own culture. He definitely
Uh-huh.
didn't hang around the black people at all. So he didn't hang around the blacks and Latins. So it was very prevalent that he wanted to attain to be white. His last name was Lopez. I'm just like, dude, what do you have one of the most Latin sounding names ever. And so what he did was we had went out, for a company outing. I'm not a big fan of going to company outings. I talked about this in another video. I don't care about being in the office. I don't want to be in a cubicle. I don't want to be in a corner office. I don't care. I don't want to be a part of the drama.
Mhm.
But this brought some drama, as you're about to see. And we was out, and every time, like, white folks in Kansas and Missouri, they're so comfortable saying whatever they want that they say a lot of racist jokes. They always have that one joke. What is the difference between the black and the Mexican and the Chinaman? They don't say Asian, they say Chinaman. I said, here we go with that racist stuff. I said, I already know that he's going to have the racist punchline. And so they say a lot of jokes like that.
What's the point? What's the punchline?
Oh, there's so many of those punchlines, like the chicken cross. There's so many of them. I forgot them, but it was one of those punchlines that they
Yeah, I
all.
don't surround my. I don't know anybody like that. I don't hang around.
It's at work, so you don't work with nobody. It's at work. It's like it's to like be funny to like break the ice, but they always say it in a more racial way, and it's so
Uh,
yes, and it's sensitive, but it's always at work, and it's always with like other people that kind of laugh about it because they know about the jokes as well.
mhm.
And so they was also making jokes about eating tacos and how a white woman and no, a Latin lady ain't nothing but a white woman wrapped up in a taco, like stuff like that. And he was like, "Oh, I'm not I'm not that. I'm a white Latino. Oh, I don't do that. I'm a white Latino. Oh no, I don't speak like that. I'm a white Latino. I'm a white Latino. I'm a white Latino." I'm just like, dude, shut up. It was just so irritating. And so he kept saying it all night. And so
Mhm.
there's one white guy. It's always that one white man. He was older. I think he had to be like late 40s, early 50s. He said, "Hey son, look, you've been saying that all night that you're not a white Latino and this and that. And when people get a few drinks in them, especially white folks, they get very comfortable to say what they want. So that's why when I sit back and listen, like, okay, he about to say something." He said, if Trump tells me, and this is around the Trump era, when he first won, he said, if Trump says that you are stealing our jobs and raping our women and bringing over drugs or doing something illegal, whatever it is, he said, I will have you deported as fast as you sit here thinking that you're white. You're not white. You are a guest to the party. You can always be uninvited. That is not the first time I've heard that where white people said that to other people that want to attain to this whiteness when they know they're not white. They're not their type of white. You see what I mean? And
Mhm.
so what was funny is, it kind of got silent, and somebody broke the ice and said a joke or whatever. So the next day we were at work, and what next one we know, I come in, he hanging out with the black and Latins. And I'm sitting here like, what happened? I mean, why is he hanging out with her? And you know how the mothers, bless their heart. I love the Black and Latin mothers. They, oh, we love you, Mima. I said, no, we're not doing all that. I said, this dude made it his mission not to hang around us. He made it his mission that he don't associate with us. When people walk by, I said, even y'all said y'all would say hello to him. He won't even acknowledge y'all. That's to me, that's so disrespectful to your elders when they say hello to you. I said he
Well,
wouldn't.
I mean, it sounds like he sounds like he grew up with some kind of feeling of like he doesn't belong. Like,
That's his problem.
I think it stems from childhood. And yeah, that's his own issues that he
That's
has
his
to
problem
work.
because I grew up in foster care. I didn't turn out like a lot of the foster care kids. I could have easily been on drugs, uh, complaining about sexual assault, in jail, um, dead, welfare. I could, but I did not take the opportunity to feel sorry for myself. I said I'm gonna keep striving and do better. That I don't want to see myself go down that road. So when a lot of people say, "Oh, yeah, I grew up that way," with her, okay, so I said I grew up pretty hard too. I grew up in crack areas and the projects and stuff. So when I hear people like say stuff like that, it's just like whatever. I said he is old enough. He was old enough at the time to know. And so what got me about this
Yeah,
was
it doesn't discount that. It just, it is what it is. And,
yeah.
I wouldn't fuck with him at all. I wouldn't hang with him at
Oh well,
all.
that's what I was trying to tell them. Because
Or like I would keep my distance because
that
you don't have to hang with somebody that you work with. This is a work environment, correct?
yes. And this is
Yeah,
what I was telling him because he was trying to be like all
keep it very short.
and I filed said I told him I said, hey, what's going on here, y'all? And they was like, oh, what do you mean? I said, well, he's sitting here, and I don't care. I did get pulled into the HR office. I didn't care. I said he don't hang out with us. He don't acknowledge us. He always say he does. He's a white Latino. This white Latino. He don't even hang out with us. I said, why is he over here? And so he was like, well, I don't have to hang out with you. I said, okay, then go hang out with your friends that you've been hanging out with for the past year. That you always telling everybody you're a white Latino. Go hang out with them. So I have friends, and I always tell people, you always get your friends in every group, every category, and if you can, in every level. So if you get a director or a manager or whatever, get a friend somewhere. I have some white friends that hung out with him. I said, hey, why's this dude hanging out with us? They said, well, last night, with the whole thing with the white Latino thing, he kept saying all night, we kind of felt that way. It was very uncomfortable for us, but we didn't want to say nothing. And so now, since he said something that kind of broke the ice, and now we're kind of relieved that somebody said something to him about it because we felt like he was being more racist than most racist people are. And so
Mhm.
we felt like, we didn't want to say nothing to offend him, but such and such is okay to say that because, he's been here for so long. And so now we don't really want to associate with him because of the whole energy that it left there. So we kind of feel that way. I said, okay. So pretty much y'all stop messing with him. And now he's trying to hang out with the Black and Latins that he's always trying to dissociate himself with. Got it. So so then later that day they was asking, well, what else would you go ask them? I said, well, they stopped fucking with him. Period. They don't mess with him because of that whole thing. They always felt uncomfortable. It just took that one white person to say something to him. And so now that one white person said something to him, all of a sudden now he's trying to find another group. So for like 6 months, because I told him he ain't hanging out with our group. I don't care. I got pulled off. It's like, well, we're a work environment. I said, no, I don't want no unnecessary drama from that guy. He made it his mission to not hang out with us. He said some now.
What is all this hanging out? Why isn't he at his desk working?
You know how people are. People trying to get promoted. People trying all that butt kissing. That's why I say the corporate world is for the birds. It really is. I tell people get your own stuff because people be kissing butt to try to get promotions. And people like being the pick me Negro or the pick me Latin. I'll be that one Latin that says the racist things. I mean, it's always them. I work in Kansas City, Missouri, it's prevalent. In Los Angeles, it's prevalent. You see it. It's like a daily thing. Even out here, that everybody want to hang with the white crew or whatever, but then they're talking about it's a lot. And so it's that thing of trying to get promoted and be the pick me, the token is what we call it. And so 6 months later, he ended up quitting. And so I was like, well, that was obvious. I said he kind of burned everybody by saying that for almost a year, he don't hang around this and hang around that. So some of the people that knew where he had worked, they knew some people that worked there. They said, this guy, they was like, yeah, they said, why is he always saying he's a white Latino this and white Latino that? I said, so the same shit he pulled over here, he went to y'all company and did the same shit. I said, y'all can keep that. And that's what I be saying. You get people like this, like with this the dollar store employee, everybody want
That sounds really weird.
to do that.
Yeah, that sounds really weird. That
It's
sounds really
weird. It's weird, but I'm telling you, in Kansas, and you live there. In Kansas, it's man, when you
weird.
work in a corporate environment, you will see some strange things. I've seen blacks don't think they black. They're like, oh, I'm not that type of black. Dude, you darker than these pins, these markers that's on the wall. You the blackest dude in here. Oh, I
Hmm.
only date white girls. Oh, I want my kids to come out light skinned. See it, I used to see it all the time. I used to be like, dude, good guy. When I left Kansas, Missouri, I was so happy. It was a battle. Either, you had the whites that had an issue with you. You had the blacks that had an issue with you. I said, y'all can keep this. This is
Yeah, I literally go to my salon, do my clients,
and
go to
leave.
the gym, go to the grocery store, and my social network is in Chicago and LA and Houston for the most part. I don't really have a social network here. I mean, other than my clients, and I have a couple of people I call
Mhm.
friends, I guess here, but my parents, my sister and her boyfriend, but that's it.
Yeah, and you just gotta keep it that way because that's why I'm very careful, like who I befriend at work, who I speak to at work, who anything. They was like, "You want to come?" No, I don't want to come to no potluck. I ain't trying to come to a bar mitzvah, family gathering. I ain't trying to come to somebody's baby shower. I ain't trying to come to none of y'all stuff. Hi and bye, keep it moving. It's so nice meeting you, and we're gonna leave it at that. So it seems like time's about to run out. So let's go ahead and read some of the comments. Brianna said she thought all Hispanic/Latinos looked like her. Nah, Midja. Uh, D. Rangel update. He had an interview on the news and she's fired now. Corporate also reached out to him and apologized as well. And I did see that interview that he did with the news. Zizzy
Hmm.
Jury said they forgot black people also live in Spanish speaking countries, which I mean, if you go to places in Colombia, even Mexico, there's a lot of black
Well,
people
absolutely. I mean, just like,
everywhere.
for all intents and purposes, we speak English, so we're Anglos.
Yeah.
And a lot of us have English, Scottish, Irish, and Welsh ancestry. So it's the difference between us and Latinos is their ancestry, their European ancestry comes from Spain. Our
Mhm.
European ancestry comes from England and Scotland and Ireland.
Absolutely.
So, we speak, as black people in this country.
And then Lady Mula said, bruh ate her up in her own language. And he did. And then I Like Sugar said, I love how hard he code switched. Which was brilliant because it caught her off guard.
Hmm.
And then Camry and Mina said, this is very subtle racism, but notice how despite him speaking Spanish with her, she kept responding in English, like she refused to talk to him in Spanish.
Hmm.
That was very prevalent. Like she's not trying to acknowledge him. I'm telling you, people like that, when they talk about deporting and all that, whatever. Goodbye. I mean, we have enough issues going on in this country as it is for you to keep having this stuff going on. Goodbye. Whatever. Let ICE, let Trump, let them do what they're supposed to do. Y'all voted for it. Let them do what they were supposed to do. It was nice knowing you. But that's all the time we have for this particular episode. Please like, share, and subscribe. Uh, Clipper, thanks for tuning in for this episode as well, because we will definitely be on future episodes. And if anybody want to be a co-host or a guest on the show, please reach out to me in the DMs. And you have a good day. Take care.